There are still places on our planet, places that remain profoundly wild. They are vast, untamed, and ruled by forces far older than humanity. We travel now to one such place, north, to the great Canadian wilderness. It is a land sculpted by ice and time, a kingdom of giants, where winter's grip is long and life must be resilient to survive. Here, the scale of everything is immense. The mountains seem to touch the sky. The forests stretch on for eternity. This is a world of sublime and silent beauty, and we have been invited in. To step into this world is to feel truly small. The air is sharp and clean. It bites at the lungs with a purity found nowhere else. Every breath feels like the first. The silence is not empty. It is a living presence, filled with the quiet hum of the earth itself. It is a silence that allows you to hear the beat of your own heart. This is a land that demands respect. It is a place of profound solitude, where one can feel the immense power of nature in its most raw and unfiltered state. It is a journey into the heart of the cold. We are here to witness the lives of its inhabitants. They are creatures of incredible strength and endurance. They are the true kings and queens of this frozen domain. Their stories are etched into the landscape itself, in the tracks left in the snow, in the echoes of their calls across the valleys. To understand them is to understand the very essence of survival. They are perfectly adapted to this challenging environment. Their lives are a constant dance with the seasons, a testament to the enduring power of evolution and the sheer will to live against all odds. This is not a gentle land. It is a place of stark contrasts and unforgiving challenges. Yet, it is also a place of breathtaking wonder. A world where the aurora borealis paints the night sky with impossible colors. Where the snow glitters like a carpet of diamonds under the pale winter sun. We must tread carefully here. We must listen closely. For this frozen kingdom has many secrets to share, and its giants are waiting. Our journey into the heart of wild Canada, the frozen kingdom of giants, begins now. The landscape here is a masterpiece of ice and stone. Imagine mountains so vast they seem to hold up the heavens. Their peaks are jagged, like broken teeth against the deep blue sky. They are cloaked in a permanent blanket of white, a mantle of snow that has lain undisturbed for centuries. Glaciers, great rivers of ancient ice, carve their way slowly down the slopes. Their progress is imperceptible, yet their power is absolute. They have shaped this entire continent, grinding down mountains and gouging out valleys with an artist's deliberate, patient hand. Below these colossal peaks lie the forests. They are ancient cathedrals of green and white. The trees stand tall and solemn, great firs and pines, their branches heavily laden with snow. They form a dark, dense canopy that filters the pale light. The snow beneath them is a pristine, unbroken canvas. It muffles all sound, creating a profound and sacred silence. Walking here is like moving through a dream. The only sound is the soft crunch of snow underfoot, a small intrusion in a world that seems to be holding its breath. This is a place of deep peace and solemnity. The sheer scale of this wilderness is difficult to comprehend. Valleys stretch for hundreds of miles, their floors carpeted in a thick layer of perfect, untouched snow. The air is so cold that it feels solid, a crystal curtain through which the world is viewed. The silence is absolute, a heavy blanket that covers everything. It is a silence that speaks volumes, telling tales of endurance and the slow, relentless passage of time. This is nature in its most elemental form, a world stripped down to its bare essentials. Snow, rock, and sky. Everything here is painted in high contrast. The brilliant, blinding white of the snow against the dark, almost black, trunks of the ancient pines. The deep, sapphire blue of the sky above the stark white mountain peaks. The shadows are long and purple in the low winter sun. These are the colors of the frozen north. They create a visual drama that is both beautiful and intimidating. It is a landscape that is simultaneously serene and menacing, a constant reminder of the fine line between life and death in this magnificent frozen kingdom. Water is the lifeblood of any ecosystem, and here, it often takes a solid form. Rivers, which in summer would rush with a noisy torrent, are now frozen into silence. They become solid highways of ice, their surfaces a milky white or a startling translucent blue. They glisten under the sun, reflecting the light in a dazzling display. These frozen rivers wind their way through the valleys like giant serpents, their paths dictated by the ancient contours of the land. They are arteries of ice, carrying the frozen pulse of the wilderness. Sometimes, the ice is not entirely still. In places where the current is strong, the water refuses to surrender completely to the cold. Here, dark patches of open water remain, steaming in the frigid air. The contrast is stark, the dark moving water against the static, white ice. The edges of these openings are adorned with intricate frost flowers, delicate crystals that grow in the freezing mist. It is a place of mesmerizing beauty, but also of great danger. The ice can be thin and treacherous, a fragile skin over the deep, cold water below. The soundscape along the river is different. The deep silence of the forest is broken here. You can hear the faint gurgle of water moving beneath the ice. You can hear the crack and groan of the ice itself as it expands and contracts with the changing temperatures. It is a sound that is both eerie and alive. It is the river breathing. These sounds are a reminder that even in the depths of winter, the world is not truly asleep. Life, and the forces of nature, are always in motion, even when they seem to be perfectly still. This river of ice is a vital corridor for the animals that live here. It provides a path through the deep snow, a way to travel long distances with less effort. It is a place where predators and prey often cross paths. The open patches of water offer a vital drinking source for those brave enough to approach the edge. The river, even in its frozen state, remains a central thread in the complex tapestry of life in this kingdom. It is a stage upon which the daily dramas of survival are played out, a silent witness to the lives of the giants. Suddenly, the stillness is broken. A movement in the deep shadows of the forest. Something immense is moving through the trees. It is a creature of incredible size and quiet grace. The moose, the undisputed king of the northern forest. It stands taller than a horse at the shoulder, a colossal figure of muscle and bone. Its coat is a dark, rich brown, almost black, which makes it stand out against the white snow. It moves with a surprising silence for such a large animal, its long legs carrying it effortlessly through snow that would stop a human in their tracks. Its head is a magnificent and formidable crown. The male moose, the bull, carries a huge set of antlers. They are broad and palmate, like giant open hands. In winter these antlers have been shed, but the power of the animal is no less diminished. Its large, sensitive ears swivel, catching the faintest sounds. Its dark, soulful eyes seem to hold the wisdom of the ancient forest. The long, pendulous flap of skin beneath its chin, known as the bell, sways with each deliberate step. This is not just an animal, it is an icon of the wilderness. We watch as it forages. Its primary challenge in winter is finding enough to eat. It uses its long, powerful snout to push aside the deep snow, searching for buried twigs in the bark of young trees. It can spend hours each day on this relentless quest for sustenance. Every mouthful is a small victory against the cold. The sheer energy required to survive here is enormous. The moose must consume vast quantities of low-nutrient food simply to maintain its body heat and survive until the spring thaw brings new growth and relief. The presence of a moose changes the feeling of the forest. The silence is no longer empty. It is filled with a watchful presence. You become aware of your own fragility in comparison to this gentle giant. It is a creature of immense power, yet it seems to embody a deep and peaceful solitude. It is perfectly in tune with its surroundings, a living, breathing part of this ancient, frozen world. To witness a moose in its natural habitat is to feel a deep connection to the untamed spirit of the Canadian North. The light begins to fade. The sun dips below the horizon and the world is painted in shades of blue and purple. This is the twilight hour, the time of the hunter. We catch a glimpse of movement on a distant snow-covered ridge. It is pale and fluid, moving like a ghost across the landscape. Then another, and another, a pack of Arctic wolves. They are specters in the snow, their thick white coats providing the perfect camouflage. They are leaner and more compact than their southern cousins, built for speed and endurance in this unforgiving environment. Their eyes glow with a fierce intelligence. They are a highly organized and cooperative unit. The pack is a family, led by a dominant alpha pair. They communicate with a complex language of body postures and subtle vocalizations. Watching them interact is to see a society in action. There is discipline, affection, and an unwavering loyalty to the group. Their survival depends entirely on this cooperation. Alone, a wolf may struggle, but together, as a pack, they are one of the most formidable predators on the planet. Suddenly, the silence of the evening is shattered. A lone wolf lifts its head to the sky and lets out a long, mournful howl. It is a sound that defines the wilderness. It is a call that echoes for miles across the frozen valleys, a haunting and beautiful melody. Soon, other members of the pack join in, their voices rising and falling in a complex harmony. It is not a cry of loneliness, but a declaration of presence. It is a song that speaks of territory, of family, of the hunt. It is the very soul of the wild made audible. The wolves are on the move. They are hunting. Their target is likely a moose or perhaps a herd of caribou. They move with a clear purpose, fanning out across the snow. They will test their prey, looking for any sign of weakness, an older animal, or one that is injured. The hunt is a drama of life and death, a brutal but necessary act. The wolves are not cruel. They are merely playing their essential role in the great cycle of nature. They maintain the health of the herds, ensuring that only the strongest survive. They are the guardians of balance in this frozen kingdom. As winter's iron grip begins to loosen, another giant stirs. Deep within a den, dug into a snowy mountainside, a grizzly bear awakens from its long slumber. For months it has been in a state of torpor, its heart rate slowed, its body living off the vast reserves of fat it accumulated in the autumn. Now, as the days lengthen and the scent of spring is in the air, it is time to emerge. The emergence of a grizzly is a momentous event. It is a true sign that the seasons are turning. The king is returning to his kingdom. The bear that appears at the mouth of the den is a magnificent and intimidating sight. It is a mountain of muscle and fur. Its coat is thick and shaggy, a mixture of brown and silver-tipped hairs that give it its grizzled appearance. A prominent hump of muscle sits on its shoulders, a testament to its immense digging power. Its claws are long and curved, capable of tearing through earth and flesh with equal ease. It stands and sniffs the air, its powerful nose gathering information about the changing world. It is hungry, and its search for food will now dominate its existence. The grizzly moves with a deceptive lumbering gait that can transform into a burst of astonishing speed. It is an omnivore, a creature of opportunity. In the early spring, food is scarce. It will scavenge for carcasses of animals that did not survive the winter. It will dig for roots and early spring shoots. Its sense of smell is extraordinary, arguably the best in the animal kingdom. It can detect a food source from miles away, a crucial advantage in this vast landscape where meals are few and far between. Seeing a grizzly bear in the wild is a humbling and heart-pounding experience. There is an aura of immense, untamed power about it. It is a symbol of all that is wild and free. To be in its presence is to feel a primal fear, a deep respect for a creature that stands at the very apex of the food chain. The grizzly is not a monster. It is a complex and intelligent animal, a vital part of this ecosystem. Its return from the den signifies the rebirth of the land, the reawakening of the frozen kingdom of giants. The Canadian wilderness is not a silent place, if you know how to listen. Its sounds are a subtle and beautiful symphony, a composition played by the elements and the animals themselves. The most constant sound is the wind. It whispers through the pine needles of the ancient forest. A soft, sighing sound. On the open tundra or the high mountain ridges, it becomes a powerful roar, a physical force that scours the snow and chills to the bone. The wind is the breath of the north, a constant presence that shapes the land and the lives of everything in it. Then, there are the sounds of ice and water, the deep, resonant groans of a glacier moving millimeters a day, the sharp crack of a frozen river expanding in the cold, the gentle lapping of water against the edge of the ice where a spring begins to flow. These are the percussive elements of the Northern Symphony. They are the sounds of a world in constant, slow-motion transformation. They speak of immense power and the relentless, patient work of nature as it sculpts and reshapes this frozen world. Animal calls are the melodies in this grand orchestra. The haunting, ethereal howl of a wolf pack, a song that carries for miles and speaks of community and territory. The strange, guttural grunt of a moose calling for a mate in the autumn twilight. The piercing cry of an eagle circling high above the valleys on a thermal current. Even the small sounds are part of the music. The chattering of a squirrel, the soft hoot of an owl in the deep woods, the crunch of a fox's paws on crisp snow. Each sound tells a story, a small piece of the larger narrative of life, and perhaps the most spectacular performance is a silent one. The aurora borealis. On clear, cold nights, the sky comes alive with shimmering curtains of light. Greens, pinks, and purples dance and swirl across the heavens. It is a light show of cosmic proportions, caused by charged particles from the sun interacting with the Earth's atmosphere. There is no sound, only a breathtaking visual spectacle. It is the silent, majestic finale to the Symphony of the North, a reminder of the magic and wonder that exists in the wildest corners of our planet. This frozen kingdom is a world defined by its extremes. It is a land of high contrast, not just in its colors, but in its very essence. There is the contrast between light and dark. In the depths of winter, the days are short, and the nights are long and profoundly dark. The sun hangs low on the horizon, casting a weak, golden light. But this darkness is often illuminated by the brilliant moon on the snow, or the spectacular dance of the northern lights. In summer, the opposite is true, with the land bathed in near continuous daylight, a time of frantic activity and growth. There is a stark contrast between stillness and movement. For months the landscape seems locked in a state of suspended animation. The rivers are frozen solid. The trees are burdened with snow. The world is quiet and still. But beneath this veneer of silence, life is always moving. The wolf pack hunts across the tundra. The moose forages in the forest. Even the glacier grinds slowly forward. And then, with the arrival of spring, the world erupts into motion. The ice breaks, the rivers roar back to life, and the animals emerge into a world reborn. The most fundamental contrast, however, is that between life and death. In this environment, the line between the two is incredibly thin. Survival is a daily struggle. A missed meal, a wrong step on thin ice, or an encounter with a predator can mean the end. Yet, this constant struggle is what makes life here so vibrant and resilient. The animals are perfectly adapted, their strength and endurance honed by generations of survival. Every creature, from the smallest shrew to the largest bear, is a testament to the tenacity of life in the face of overwhelming odds. This is also a land that contrasts immense power with delicate beauty. The raw, brutal force of an avalanche or a blizzard exists alongside the fragile, intricate beauty of a single snowflake or a frost flower on a window pane. The overwhelming size and strength of a grizzly bear is contrasted by the gentle way a mother cares for her cubs. It is this interplay of opposites that gives the Canadian wilderness its unique character. It is a place that is at once terrifying and beautiful, harsh and gentle, a world of magnificent and compelling contradictions. The giants of this frozen kingdom, the bear, the moose, the wolf, are more than just animals. They are the living symbols of the wilderness. They are the guardians of an ancient realm that has remained largely untouched by the modern world. Their presence is a measure of the health of the land itself. Where these great creatures can still roam free, the ecosystem is whole and in balance. They are the architects and caretakers of this vast landscape, their lives interwoven with the forests, the mountains, and the rivers in a complex and beautiful dance. Each giant plays a crucial role. The moose, the great browser, shapes the composition of the forest by trimming young trees and shrubs. The wolf, the apex predator, ensures the health of the herds by culling the weak and the sick, preventing overgrazing and disease. The grizzly bear, the powerful omnivore, acts as a gardener, spreading seeds from the berries it eats and aerating the soil as it digs for roots. Their actions, driven by the simple need to survive, create a ripple effect that benefits the entire community of life. To stand in this kingdom is to feel a sense of profound awe and humility. It is to recognize that we are visitors in a world that does not belong to us. This is a land that operates on a different time scale, governed by the slow, powerful rhythms of the seasons and the ancient cycles of life and death. The survival of these giants, and the wilderness they inhabit, depends on our respect and our restraint. They are a precious inheritance, a connection to a wilder, more elemental past that we are in danger of losing. Their future, and the future of this frozen kingdom, is in our hands. These vast, silent landscapes are not empty wastelands. They are vibrant, living systems, home to some of the most magnificent creatures on Earth. They are a vital part of our planet's natural heritage. Protecting them is not just about saving a species or a place, it is about saving a piece of ourselves. For as long as the howl of the wolf echoes through the mountains and the grizzly bear roams the valleys, the wild heart of our world continues to beat.